Word is out, man. I know y'all heard about man, saw some videos.
They own you. God forbid something happens to you.
I can be a mouthpiece, and I think they say we got it. We, the information that is out there is the information that they want to be out there. So
if we don't know by now, they don't want us to know.
Jamie Foxx isn't doing well, and people are concerned. For months, he's been missing due to a secret medical condition. He's been in and out of hospitals, but nobody knows why. Sources are rushing to the press to push certain narratives, but it seems like his team has something to hide. So what's going on with Jamie Foxx? Let's get into it. A lot of people have been asking me to speak about Jamie Foxx because it doesn't seem like he's doing well. There have been reports of mental breakdowns, he's been in the hospital, and I'm concerned that his team is working against him. In April 2023, his daughter, Corinne Foxx, issued a statement on Instagram. We wanted to share that my father, Jamie Foxx, has experienced a medical complication. At this point, he was doing better, but at some point, he was really not okay, and all of his family was concerned.
Word is out, man. I know y'all heard about man, saw some videos. All I was trying to do, man, was keep my own things.
A source with direct knowledge told TMZ that on April 10th, 2023, that he was taken to the hospital and his condition was serious enough that his extended family flew in from out of town. He has been open about his health in the past. He's talked about his struggle with substance abuse, and he even relates to Kanye West when it comes to Kanye West talking about the drugs that his team was giving him, how he was in the hospital and they kept feeding him this medication. Jamie says that he relates to that, which is really scary. We've seen a lot of celebrities push to their breaking points, and Britney Spears was forced to work and was drugged for years. So I'm worried that Jamie Foxx, his team could be trying to get him out of here. And it doesn't help that earlier this year, he was struggling on set. In March 2023, he was in London filming a movie and he had a full-on meltdown. Quote, there have been some issues on set and Jamie has had major meltdowns over it all. He has demanded the problems be sorted out immediately and sacked 4 of the production staff. Some people working on it are totally fed up with how this has played out, and Jamie has become pretty unpopular. Well, one of the reasons why Jamie's so upset is because supposedly one of the staff tried to involve him in a $40,000 scam. This employee has supposedly gotten themselves in trouble before with wealthy celebrities and trying to scam them over. One source was quoted saying that a staffer has been fired and there are investigations after someone tried to get access to $30,000 in cash from Jamie Foxx. It sounds as if they tried to offer up a Rolex watch as part of a deal, but now there's an investigation into everything going on. Cameron Diaz has been working with Jamie Foxx on set of this movie, and supposedly Cameron has been really upset and concerned with these moments on set. And it seems like there's a lot of tension between these two.
Cameron Diaz is breaking her silence on Jamie Foxx's mysterious health condition, and she finally revealed the truth about Jamie's alleged meltdown on the set of their movie Back in Action and what really got him in the hospital.
You're making a movie, it's a perfect excuse. They own you. You're there 12 hours a day for months on end. You have no time for anything else. You go to set, everybody wants to carry your bag and put you in, you're not allowed to do anything. God forbid something happens to you. Then they can't finish the movie and you're already on film.
I love how Cameron's explaining that because it does seem like it's really intense for these actors. They go away, they're away from their loved ones and their homes, and they're completely micromanaged. They probably lose some sense of reality of who they really are when everything's being done for them. And it looks like this movie is starting to run into issues, and they are actually delaying it because of changes in production. Shortly after this announcement, we learned that Jamie Foxx is in the hospital, and they are running tests and trying to figure out exactly what happened to him. We haven't had a lot of clarity on what could be going on with this man, but seeing everyone's response online, LeBron James, Kerry Washington, it seems like there's pretty much sending their rest in peace wishes. About 11 days after he went into the hospital and about a week after we learned about his health condition, we got an update that he was okay, he was awake and alert. Sources tell People magazine that they want to make sure that he's perfectly stable before they release him. They're trying to keep his stress level levels down, but unfortunately, we still don't know exactly when that will be. And it's interesting to see how some people are responding, because shortly after that, we got an update from Nick Cannon saying that, Jamie Foxx is doing much better. And no offense to Nick Cannon, but he seems like someone who, if his team told him to go out and spread a message, then he's just going to go and do what he's told. So I don't know if I necessarily believe what he has to say.
I mean, we understand that he had a stroke and that he's recovering, but it's been sort of confusing. Are you comfortable giving an update on how he's doing? Do you know?
If I like I said, I'm probably in the same boat as you, in that same sense of just knowing that, as a friend, just being as respectful as I can. I don't pry. I don't ask any other questions other than the information that's given to me and, what's asked of me. And I think in a scenario, what I've always said is just like, hey, I'm here for you, whatever you would like me to say, whatever you would like me to do. Sure. I can be a mouthpiece. And I think they say, we got it. The information that is out there is the information that they want to be out there. So
I like how Nick Cannon admits to being a mouthpiece. Like, he's just saying the information they want out there is out there. I just have the same information. Like, did he actually speak to Jamie Foxx? I doubt it. Nick Cannon must not have had the right information, because in May we learned that people are still trying to pray for Jamie and that he was still in the hospital. He actually posts on his Instagram at this point and writes, "Appreciate all the love, feeling blessed." But we still don't know exactly what had happened to him. Was it a stroke? Was it an issue with drugs and stress? I mean, what could it be? There are even some conspiracies about the COVID vaccine and things like that, which I don't even want to get into, but about a month after he was put into the hospital, he was released. And it seems like right after he's out, he's right back to work, because a day later, they announced that they are coming out with a show, that he and his daughter are hosting a new game show. They're hosting a show titled We Are Family, which I think is just really bizarre to announce literally right after he's out of the hospital. It kind of reminds me of Britney Spears. As soon as they got her out of a facility, they put her right back to work. But it doesn't seem like Jamie Foxx is fully recovered yet, because he allegedly did suffer from a stroke and had to go to a facility in Chicago to further recover. And at this point, it seems like he's suffered a stroke, but we still don't understand what could have caused that. Was it the stress from on set, or could it be something else?
Mike, are you following what's going on with Jamie Foxx?
He's not feeling well.
Something's going on with...
Yeah, they said stroke. I have no idea what happened to him.
We were at a restaurant a couple months ago in L.A.
The Catch?
Yes. And he showed up and looked really good, and then all of a sudden you hear the stories about Jamie Foxx went to Chicago rehab facility.
Hey, listen, we can't anticipate our next breath. We don't know when we're going to die. After we leave this, bad stuff could happen. I don't know what's going to happen now.
Has there been any actual news on what this medical condition is? I mean, Jamie Foxx is a young, vibrant, healthy guy.
If we don't know by now, they don't want us to know. Yeah. You know what time. Come on, man.
Even though it does seem like at this point he could have had a stroke, Mike Tyson even acknowledges that he doesn't know if that's true. And it's interesting that none of these people who are relatively close to Jamie know what's really going on with him. He was also quoted saying, "If we don't know about it by now, they don't want us to know." As I mentioned earlier, there are some conspiracies about the vaccine, and his reps announced in June that that is completely false, that he did not have any issues with the vaccination. Podcaster AJ claimed to Dr. Drew on his podcast that Jamie Foxx had a blood clot that led to a stroke and became partially paralyzed and blind after he received the COVID-19 vaccine, which he was forced to get because of work. The podcaster claimed that he had a source in the room. The claim went rampant on social media, with a bunch of people adopting this and running with it. Jamie's reps denied the claim, saying it was completely inaccurate. And it also doesn't seem like there's any issues with blood clots and vaccines. I guess the Johnson & Johnson one caused that, which that's the only one I ever got, was the Johnson & Johnson one. So oops. But yeah, that one I guess could have caused it, but probably not Jamie's case. On June 29th, we hear one of our latest updates from an actor named John, who gave Jamie Foxx a call, and he said that he finally picked up the phone and that he's doing well and that he just needs some privacy. So Jamie is allegedly speaking to some people and slowly coming back, but there's still a lot of mystery on what had happened to him.
He couldn't be here. Did he give you the blessing before the premiere here, or has there not been much contact?
No, nobody's spoken to Jamie. We see him when we see him and wish him all the good health and make sure that he just recovers in the right way. He's a huge inspiration, and we miss him a lot. We miss you, man.
But there are a lot of random sources who are going to the press and sharing their personal updates about Jamie. One person claimed that he's still not himself after suffering a mysterious illness. If it was a stroke, wouldn't it just be a stroke? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand like this mysterious illness. Quote, he's getting the best care and working hard to recover right now, but he's not himself.
He's doing really great. I've been with him pretty much the entire time that he's been, you know, I'll say resting up. But John talked to him and Joel talked to him yesterday. He's doing really, really good.
I think we need him.
Oh, he's fine. He's totally fine. He'll be back to work. He'll be back to work very soon. He's doing really, really good.
He's all good. It's also about, you know, respecting the privacy and then, you know, seeing him when he gets back out here in his own time, you know what I mean? So he's all good, sounded well, and, you know, was in high spirits, and yeah, man, it was a great conversation to have with him.
His presence is missed, but I'm glad that he's home and healing in whatever way he needs.
It's interesting that all of these people get their PR messages to pass on when they're doing these interviews, yet nobody really knows what happened to him. And I think that's why a lot of the conspiracies are continuing, and you guys are asking me to talk about this because truly people believe that he either has been drugged by his team or he was maybe vaccinated and something's happened, and the media is trying to keep it away. Plus, like, I guess a stroke can change you. So if he's like still not himself, like maybe the stroke kind of changed him as a person.
What's going on with Jamie Foxx and his mysterious health scare? A representative for Fox told us that rumors like this aren't true, but it hasn't stopped claims from running wild online ever since his daughter posted on April 12th that he suffered from a medical complication. Theories began spreading quickly after that, from TikToks to tweets and comments on this image he posted on May 3rd. None of this stopped, even after his daughter posted on May 12th that he'd come home from the hospital and was playing pickleball.
I kind of understand how these conspiracies are flourishing because when you're a celebrity, there's a lot of people who care about you and your general well-being. And when your life is so public and there's so many people constantly talking about you, it's interesting that like nobody actually knows what had happened to him. And the conspiracy theorists, they love to find some type of reason to, I guess, discredit anything. And I think it's actually really important to question these things because there is a reason why narratives are pushed and the media is constantly producing propaganda. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people in the entertainment industry trying to protect whatever's gone on with Jamie.
Later, a gossip columnist claims to have inside knowledge.
I had somebody in the room who let me know that Jamie had a blood clot in his brain after he got the shot. Caused him at that point to be partially paralyzed and blind.
Benza didn't name the source, and Fox's reps called it completely inaccurate. But now figures like Charlie Kirk and Kevin Sorbo are sharing that unsubstantiated info further. And a lot of people are just calling for Jamie Foxx to speak out and clear all this up. Even if he does, who's to say those rumors will even stop? And people might continue to ask.
Now, these conspiracies have people like Candace Owens sharing her opinion, saying that their silence seems as though there is some veracity to this claim, some truth to it. We're all holding our breath to see whether or not Jamie Foxx speaks out. I think a lot of these inconsistencies in these reports and the PR speeches are probably fueling a lot of these rumors as well, because we've got Nick Cannon like admitting that he's just like a spokesperson over here. Then we've got some other actors who claim that he's on the phone, that he's fine. Other people saying that he's not himself. So really, who's got the right story?
Yeah, on Dr. Drew, I just talked about the vaccine and how Hollywood demands it, and this is probably what happened to Jamie Foxx. That's what I've been told. There are also some other things happened to Jamie at the time. He was being hustled for a $40,000 watch that somebody on his team was stealing. And there was a problem on this movie when he first got there that somebody, his driver, he fired a producer, his driver, and somebody else. Apparently it was a plan, or he found that they were stealing his $40,000 watch.
Okay.
I think it is a medical event, and I think what the person told me who was in the room is true. I have no reason to doubt my source.
At this point, my head is spinning, and now we're about to spin even more because P. Diddy is involved in the conspiracies. Now, some people think that P. Diddy has something to do with Jamie Foxx not doing well, and that's because of some things that Jamie Foxx has spoken about that P. Diddy doesn't appreciate. We've talked about the fact that Usher was pretty much groomed by P. Diddy, and supposedly Jamie Foxx would speak about this and share that P. Diddy would have secret parties for young men. This person wrote on Twitter, was there an attempt on Jamie Foxx's life for speaking out against Diddy? And this tweet has over 1 million views because some people think that maybe he's been set up by Diddy for talking a little too much.
The clip that people are saying got Jamie Foxx hospitalized.
But Puff say this party, Playboy, this party right here, I see $1.5 million. I said, what? You spent $1.5 million on this party? I started following him. So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous money. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. The sex lady. The sex lady. I see Dr. Ruth. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here? This guy by the name of Sean P. Diddy comes. I need you to come meet him. I need this for my camera. Flip the camera this way. There's Demi Moore and some young dude. I don't know who do this. So I said, Puff, who that? Oh, that's the young cat. I asked him question. I said, cool. So I asked Demi Moore, I said, is it cool if I? She said, sure, whatever. Watch you benefit from it. Nick Cannon used to sleep on my couch. 13 years old. He'd be in one part of the house. He'd be, can I go back in there? You can't come in there. He'd be like this, right? He slept on the couch.
Now, Jamie Foxx isn't the first person to share about this, so I don't know if he would be like targeted on set because of this, but the flavor camp that P. Diddy had is definitely perverted. We've talked about it before on my channel, and I wouldn't be surprised if P. Diddy is trying to protect himself and keep that on the low, because I think even my video got age restricted, which it wasn't age restricted before it went live, and then did later on, and it was already human reviewed, so I kind of feel like his team like pushed YouTube to do that, because constantly people are trying to shut down my channel.
You know, when you Google his name, there's a rumor that pops up that he was Diddy's boy to him.
Oh shit. Can't wait to run into him again.
See, what you gonna say to him?
Puffy was playing with your booty in Miami. You know it was in Miami.
If Jamie Foxx was kind of trying to expose P. Diddy, I'm all here for it. I mean, not that at the expense of his health, but the fact that like Usher was sleeping in bed with P. Diddy and there was this whole thing with Justin Bieber, it's really gross and it should be exposed.
I moved to New York City and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor
some...
Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
My brother right here from day one, we used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. I mean, back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early with me. Now he's one of the richest stars in the world. And I'm
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this with me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid.
So there's a few different things that could be going on here. Like Jamie Foxx's team is against him, feeding him with drugs and pushing him to his breaking point. He either got like a vaccination and then got really sick from it and they're trying to cover that up. I mean, his daughter did say it was a medical complication. So that means he was getting something medically done that then resulted, right? Then that wouldn't be a stroke, I don't think, unless she's using the wrong terminology. And then finally, the final conspiracy is that maybe P. Diddy has set this up because he was talking a little too much, but it's not like Jamie Foxx was like very recently speaking on this. So I think at this point, the world is just trying to figure out what is going on with Jamie Foxx because they care about him and they want him to be okay. So I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Here's my email. I am so tired. So I'll see you in a new video soon. Bye guys.